My name is Jordan Alexis Wong, and I am a studio artist. It was my mother who first exposed me to art. She had a mural and furniture painting business when my sister and I were little, and I remember watching her in fascination as she created these massive works of art. It was very inspiring to see her process. To watch her preliminary studies turn into full-scale murals, it was so exciting. I was inspired to try my own hand at art. And from that moment on, I was hooked. Some of the challenges I'm facing in my art right now is relating to my audience. Some of my heavier academic compositions touch on themes such as female nudity, a female narrative, and it's really hard in art to present nudity to a community. No. Because it's a hard, I took on a huge commission for a client that wanted me to tackle a very, very important composition, something academic and heavy and, meaningful. And I was very inspired by Plato's Phaedrus, his philosophical writings, Phaedrus. And Phaedrus deals all about the human soul and how we have two capacities. We have one capacity for purity, we have one capacity for evil, and we as human beings are constantly clashing between the two components of our souls. And the soul's ultimate goal in life is to ascend to a higher realm, to find refinement and enlightenment. And I chose to do a composition based off Plato's Phaedrus. And it's a picture of a nude woman in a chariot, and she has two horses. She has the good horse and the bad horse, which represent the two parts of her soul, and they're constantly battling each other. And it's supposed to be that pivotal moment of free will. A person constantly, on an everyday, daily basis has to decide how they're going to live their life and how they're going to maintain that balance. And for me, it was a very deep, very heavy, very momentous undertaking, especially as an art student. And it was really hard to find out that I had lost the commission just based off the nature of the composition and the nudity element. So I would say one of my most challenging aspects of my art that I face is I'm starting to traverse into very political, very gender delicate subject matter, and it's starting to raise a lot of reactions, both positive and negative, which I think is very exciting. It's one thing that your art inspires and makes people happy and interested in your work, and it's a completely different sensation to have people that ridicule and don't approve of your work and try to go out of their way to tell you what they think about it. So it's a very interesting situation. The one thing that I want people to walk away after having seen my work is just to be filled with a sense of adventure and a sense of inspiration and wonder that they walk away feeling hungry. They want to know more. They want to explore. They want to figure out the puzzle that I've presented to them on this wall. And I want it to be so much more than just something they've seen at a gallery or something they've seen, as a digital image online. I want it to be something that sticks with them and they can carry with them. It's a beacon of hope and inspiration and enlightenment. Studio art is very old and it's very traditional, but my aesthetic is that, to take art and make it relatable to today's world and make it fresh and innovative. Take those same principles we learn in a classroom, but then apply it to an audience where it's fresh, it's relevant, it's powerful, it's effective. I would love to be able to use my skills as an artist in order to inspire movements and, cultural awareness and information, as we live in the age of technology where information spans all across the corners of the globe. So for me to be able to step in and be able to use that technology and use art in order to instigate change, I think would be very fulfilling for me as an artist. I do fantasize about having my own unique style, being able to have my own aesthetic in films and fashion and design, even children's books. I would love to write a children's book. But yeah, I think that's my next goal, is to take everything that I've learned as a student and start taking this narrative and continue learning ways to bridge the gap between me and my audience. Jordan Wong is a very eccentric girl who is constantly enamored with the challenge and just wants to prove to herself that, you know, there are always obstacles to overcome, there are always things to explore, and that art is my way of responding to a world that's diverse and full of so much beauty and wonder.